Sustainability generally means preserving what you have now to create a better future.
Looking at the balance of things, figuring out how to maintain something, but then also protect the environment that it's a part of.
And to me, sustainability is really about what I do now. If it means taking care of bees, planting a pollinator garden, that's a pretty sustainable thing. I like it.
But obviously, like in this day and age, it's hard to be sustainable, which is like why we're making an effort. So if there's something I can do now, no matter how small it is, that can help preserve the longevity of our soil, our oceans, I think that I can make the biggest difference I can make.
Our planet gives us the air that we breathe, the soil that we grow our plants with, and the water that we drink.
We as a society have made a lot of mistakes in the past, and it's important because we have to figure out how do we solve the problems that were created.
Our generation is at this pivotal point in history where we're seeing a lot of climate change, global warming, and like our actions are actually taking effect right now is something that makes me so proud, but also something that makes me concerned. It's good that as a 16-year-old, I'm starting to make healthy habits and sustainable habits that I'll use for the rest of my life.
Sustainability is a huge thing to tackle, but if we can do a little bit to move the needle, I think we're making an important change. A couple days ago, I had the Green Club members do a waste diagnostic study. We took all of the waste from Tuesday's day, so the entire school. We sorted things into different categories. And then once we had filled up a bin, we would weigh it and learn how we can do better, right?
So what we're doing right now in terms of composting, getting the little kids outside, and how we can create an environment that is knowledgeable about sustainability and simple, easy ways to apply that at individual homes and then at the school overall.
The landfill is just a place for the waste that you can't recycle or compost.
At Wellington, we wanted to compost. We wanted to reduce the amount of food waste we were sending to the landfill. Each year so far, we are diverting 20 tons of food waste from the landfill. It's huge.
You can turn things like banana peels, grass, and apple cores, those things, into a helpful thing that is mixed with soil.
That's a dream for us, is to at some point become a zero-waste school.
Our school received a beehive, and the Apiary Club kind of sprouted from there. I found that I really enjoyed it. I never thought I would be interested in, being around animals that sting, but it was really fun. I invited Catherine to be my co-president, and we've been tackling it really well. Half of the time, we're out taking care of the bees, processing the honey, and then half the time, we're educating the little ones. So in a beehive, there's the queen, and the female bees are the worker bees. They're the ones who fly out and do collection.
We've been seeing the flowers bloom, like some of the ones that were in the fall. They came up, and so it was really nice to see our hard work pay off.
And we really have this business going, Wellington Honey Co., and we've been seeing it flourish.
We harvested 50 pounds?
So much.
Yeah.
We got to give the little ones samples of it, and it was super cute. And it's really nice to be a part of this community. Teamwork.
Wellington is looking at our campus. We are 19.2 acres. We decided to kind of walk our campus and look at our native trees, look at the invasive species, and understanding what we can do to support those native species. So we decided to start getting rid of our honeysuckle. Rewilding was an idea of how do we make our campus wild, but in a natural sense where we can see native species coming in, native birds, native insects, and bring in more native plants as well. Gardening has been a huge part of that for our early childhood, getting connected back to our food and where it comes from, what it looks like when it's growing.
We have an outside garden. I have to water the plants I grow when the soil's dry.
We use counters for counting the birds, and we use binoculars to see far away things.
And it's really nice to see the little kids care too, right? Because they're so cute. They're 3, 4, and 5, but they sit down and they're like, I want to know everything about the bees and I want to try your honey. And nice to see them at such a young age just getting involved.
I feel like it's raising a generation that is gonna know so much more about how to save the environment and how to preserve the really pretty ecosystem we have, even in Ohio.
watching students do independent projects, they're taking ownership of what they are learning about and investing in it. We are all in this together to help preserve our natural environment.
So the future for Wellington should kind of be like a haven for pollinators, right? So we have a few pollinator gardens, and we see a lot of birds, butterflies pollinating there, and I think we're on a really good track to sustainability.
We're like halfway through our junior year, which is like crazy, but it's like, what can we do now?
It's important for us to preserve the legacy of this club. So we have a little mentorship group, and they're going to be the future leaders of a really great program that we're so blessed to have.
It's important because if we keep on doing this, in the next generation it might already going on too much to stop it.
I'd say the one thing that we all know is that the only constant is change. Wellington is thinking about helping to prepare students for tomorrow's world. And how do we help students become influencers in that change? Understanding why it's important for them to find their voice and empower them to become leaders in sustainability.